woman kills house elf, but strangely enough, her mansion also collapsed with her. Just yesterday, the house elf was cleaning the old house. Suddenly many wounds appeared on his arm. He rushed to check it out. It turned out to be a woodpecker eating the windows and doors. With a wave of his hand, the angry genie drove the woodpecker away. At that moment the lady of the house drove up. She took a graceful step. She pushed down the sign on the door. Then she walked straight to the house. The genie saw this and hurried down to the floor. He went to the first floor and returned to his post. When the owner saw the worn-out wooden sculpture, threw him straight into the trash. After that the woman came to the second floor. Seeing the dilapidated carpet and kicked it. The elf could only put the carpet back up. The woman came back to the bedroom. She looked at everything in front of her and her identity seemed out of place. So she knocked over all the books on the table. The genie had no choice but to rearrange. Then the woman came to a statue, and the genie had already possessed the bull's head, and used his tongue to scare off the woman. Then the genie cast a spell to pry up the floor, successfully tripped the woman to the ground. But after all, she was the master. The elf reached out and tried to give her a hand, but the woman did not appreciate it, and kicked at the elf. The elf ran downstairs with the pain. As she watched the vicious woman coming after her, the elf cast a spell to reel in the stairs. The woman fell hard to the ground, but the wicked woman was not satisfied. She blocked the elf in the doorway. Seeing this, the genie disappeared in front of the woman with a vanishment. Just as the woman was looking for the genie grabbed the woman's foot. The woman sat down on her buttocks. The genie cast another spell. The floor was raised to surround the woman, but the genie did not hurt her. Instead, he extended a friendly hand again. After a moment of contemplation, the woman suddenly turned around and pulled out an iron bar and stabbed it directly into the floor. Then the elf fell to the floor in pain. The woman realizes that by destroying the house, the elf would also be hurt, so she wreaked havoc on the house. The elf crawled towards the door, holding back the pain. The woman slowly walked to the door and pulled out an axe. As she walked, she hacked the house. By now the elf was in pain from the destruction, but the woman did not intend to let him go. Finally the woman raised the axe and sent the genie to heaven. When the genie died, her old house also instantly disintegrated, but the woman looked at the plans in her hand and smiled with satisfaction, because she could save a fortune in demolition costs and still be able to build a luxury villa. And there was a house elf here too. Whenever the woman plays golf, he would offer a small ball, but when the woman serves again, she accidentally smashes the genie. The woman's heart trembled. The villa costing hundreds of billions instantly collapsed.